We welcome you to the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida for the stock car racing event of the summer. Covering a city block in less than a second when these cars roll off the grid. One of these drivers will leave here today after 400 miles as the winner of the Firecracker 400. Let's meet some of our key players today on this hot July afternoon. Starting on the pole, the number 14 of Paul Greatrix. Outside pole, Joseph Sullivan in the number 18. The number 15 Tide car of Justin Boonstra will be a factor, along with the number 20, the black Chevy of Ross Corlett. The number 3 of Juan Fran Hernandez will look to stay out of trouble to the end. And one to watch from the back, who will also need to avoid trouble should he want to be a factor, the number 29 of Clay Massey. And that's Sega Buick, who is carrying one of our special onboards, which allows us to hear driver radio.
Been looking forward to this.
The cars have rolled off the pit lane and are coming to the green for 400 miles here at the Daytona International Speedway, as the green flag is in the air and we are racing at the Firecracker 400, but not for long. Lap 2, that's Hernandez making a little contact with the 22, and here they go. It's a track blocker. It's a big wreck. Those are what Daytona is iconic for. A car barrel rolling on the apron as more pile in. Some cars coming to a complete stop on the racing surface to avoid this incident. That's a lot of contenders who are now faced with an early setback under our first caution of the day. We ride on board with Massey, who was one of those cars who stopped on the racing surface. You can see nowhere to go as the entire surface is littered with cars not facing the proper direction down here in turn 4. The early yellow wouldn't have much of an impact on most teams' strategies, but it would affect the rhythm of the race as it would only go back to green briefly. Another yellow on lap 6. Would this be the theme of today? A start-stop race for 400 miles. It appeared so, as the third caution fell on lap 21. This caution would bring all the leaders to the pit lane, as everybody went with 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Some drivers even couldn't stay out of trouble on the pit lane. We see 3 cars bash into each other. That could lead to some big damage.
Oh no.
The green flag comes back out on lap 25, and things have finally settled down enough that we get a look at who has what to offer today. That 15 car of Justin Boonstra started near the front, and he has stayed there, looking very strong today. He quickly has established himself as someone to beat today. As we go on board with Massey, you get a sense of just how little room there is when you come across the start-finish line into what is called the tri-oval, which is the most dangerous part of the track. The most unstable the car will ever be is in this tri-oval. Massey in line behind Hernandez as they work together to try and get up to Boonstra in the 19, who is attached to the leaders. A long green flag run leads to our first chance at green flag pit stops today. And when this cycle kicks off, the number 30 is leading. He starts the cycle by ducking down into the pits on lap 62. It wouldn't be long before everyone else on the lead lap followed, but not before Corlett and Massey find their way to the front of the field for the first time today. We have reached the halfway point, approaching the halfway point here at Daytona. As you see these cars just kind of work around the track in a line, but here we go. A little bit of trouble off turn 4. A car on the wall, 2 cars into each other. Cars hit the grass. They try to avoid it. Yellow flag going to come out, and we're going to get a little bit of a re-rack here. Just about halfway into this 400-mile event. We see it from the onboard of Clay Massey as he dodges those 2 cars getting into each other. He's one of those cars that took to the grass. He avoids the pit entrance as to not be speeding, and also avoids the pit exit, bringing the car back up onto the track. No penalty for the 29. We had run enough laps that the entire field will dip back down here onto the pit lane and pit under caution. We get back to racing, and it's not long before we get to see just how dangerous the tri-oval is. The 24, 3 cars come together on either side of the 24 car, and look at that. They pile into the wall. A big accident, big damage, big hits as they enter down into turn 1. Yellow flag is out again. A very short run. Let's take a look here and get an update on our standings. just over 200 miles into this Firecracker 400. In these races, you have comers, you have goers. One of our comers, 39, Wesley Lynch in second. Clay Massey in the 29 from the back. Our pole sitter in third, the 14 of Paul Graytrix. And just hovering around the front of the field as he has all day, the 15 of Justin Boonstra in fourth. Halftime is over, and the green flag comes back out as these cars start to build the momentum. It takes a couple laps for these cars to fully get up to speed as they come down here into 3 and 4 out front for the first time. Number 29, Clay Massey in that Sega Buick. He leads down into the tri-oval. Will he lead his first laps of the day as they come across the line? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold the lead, but he's in P2. That 15 car, Boonstra, he's back up front. He hasn't really left the front of the field in this entire race. He's established himself as a contender as Massey starts to fall back a little bit to the tail end of the leaders. But Boonstra so strong on the inside here. That 15 car just looking so strong at the front of the field. Really has established himself as a favorite, but his race almost over here. The 30 catches the 14, our pole sitter. They go hard into the wall. One more car piles in. They collect another. Yellow flag's out. And look at this, the 29 car avoiding the wreck in front of him. Two more cars get into each other behind him. He's got to just stay in the gas, get down to the apron, and he avoids the wrecked car, able to continue with no damage. The 30 car just kind of cooked it in there, didn't he? Cooked it in there, hits the pole sitter, and that is day done. Race over. We go back to the green. And that 15 car has found his way to the front of the field yet again. He's going to lead the race into its next caution. The 24 car involved again. Cars into the outside wall as we get another yellow. We're head back green. Boonstra, Corlett, these two have found their way to the front of the field. Boonstra, Corlett, these two have been strong all day, and as we enter the closing stages of this race, they've found themselves 1 and 2 and putting a bit of a gap on the rest of the field. But it very quickly can change here at Daytona. These cars can quickly draft back up to the front and challenge for the lead. And that is exactly what the 29 car is doing now, with a little bit of help from the 39 car. Now a little bit of help from the 18 car. The 29 really in there battling for this lead. He hasn't found himself up front much, but he's found himself here now in the later stages of the race, and there's no better time to find yourself at the front of the field battling for the lead than late in the race. Look how tight it is down through the tri-oval. This just gaggle of cars, this herd of cars thundering through as the 18, his day over, into the wall. He's done. No yellow, and now those 4. That's going to be who is competing for the win as the yellow comes back out for an incident on the backstretch. A 2-car tangle on the backstretch is going to bring the yellow out, and a decision has to be made. Who will pit? Who will stay out? It looks like nobody stays out. Everybody pits. Boonstra leads them down. Corlett second. Massey slid through his pit box. He's going to lose a little bit of time as Corlett takes no tires. He comes out first, and everybody else is going to take some tires. It looks like the 29 went with 2. He's going to come out second. 2 right side tires make the track position play. Boonstra out third with 4. Hernandez out fourth with 4 tires as well. Green flag, this could be the final restart. A lot of these drivers know this is it. There's not going to be enough time to restart the race if it comes down to it. So Corlett knows he's got to try to hold this lead. Ross Corlett leading 3 wide. He splits them. There he goes. Massey follows him through. They're 1 and 2. Corlett out front. He leads them down the backstretch as they start to try to build this speed up. They're coming back around here to 3 to go. 3 to go at the line with Corlett out front. Massey second. A lapper runs third, but Juan Hernandez in that 3 car is the actual third position as he goes around the lapper. He's got Boonstra on his tail. Massey blocks him down low in the tri-oval. They are at 3 to go here at the Firecracker 400. Ross Corlett out front. Boonstra in the 15. He wants to challenge that Tide car on the inside. He really wants to get up there. He's doing so good all day. Massey's going to make a move for the lead on the inside on the 2 tires. He's under Corlett. The tire advantage. He should be able to glide past him. They go 3 wide. Hernandez down below the yellow line as they come into 3. Is Massey going to let him up? He does. He lifts. Big lift. Hernandez way up the track. He slides way up. This is going to be a chance for the 29 as they come back to the line. They're going to come to 2 to go. Massey looking inside, a car on the wall. They bounce off each other. They wreck behind him, coming to the finish line. Massey out front. The yellow flag is out, and the race is over.
All right, man, caution is out.
Yeah! Come on, let's go! Yes!
2 to go.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby, come on! Oh, baby, thank you. Hell yeah. Oh my God, man. Let's go. I can't believe that. Holy shit.
Pulls up behind the pace truck. That's the view of a winner. Looking at the back of the pace truck, they come down to the checkered flag. The race is officially over.
Checkered flag, Firecracker 400 winner. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right. Haha. Woo! Yes, sir. Holy shit.
The number 29 Sega Buick is headed to victory lane. How about that? Started way back in the field, found his way to the front when it mattered, and takes the win. His very first special event win comes at the Firecracker 400. That's it. The winner of the biggest stock car race of the summer, Clay Massey. Not someone you probably had on your betting card when you came in to this Firecracker 400, but he leaves as the victor. 400 miles, only one winner, and what a big win. Someone who has shown a bit of speed every now and then, someone who has shown that he can strategize his way to the front, someone that can run up front in these long races, in these special event races, but hasn't found victory lane just yet. Well, that's no longer true. The burnout, the donuts, say it all. There's your winner. There's your Firecracker 400 winner somewhere in that cloud of smoke at the start-finish line. Thank you for joining our coverage of the Firecracker 400, and we hope to see you next summer right back here at the Daytona International Speedway. Until next time, signing off.